All right. Shalom. Yahweh Bashim Yahshua Barakatah to the brothers. Yahweh Shamal Thumb Bashim Yahshua to the sisters. We are the I.S.U.P.K. Started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We're teaching the truth since 1969. We are under Commander GEN.YAHANNA. All right. We are here to teach the blacks, Hispanic, Native American the truth of this Bible. All right. My name is Nakar, Officer of 500, stationed here in Philadelphia. All right. And tonight is the biblical law class. All right. We got any questions? All right. Just type them into the comment section. All right. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to class. For sure, man, push this truth. All right. So let's get to it, man. Let's start breaking down these laws, man, and related to things that's going on around the world. All right. So can you give me Ecclesiasticus chapter 2? We can start at verse 1. All right. As we see, man, in our communities, all right, in the nation of Israel, what I mean by the nation of Israel, I ain't talking about the Jewish, man, I'm talking about every so-called black, Hispanic, Native American, wherever we at, these curses, all right, that's in the Bible that said that will overtake us is destroying us, man. You know, our homes are destroyed, marriages, all right, we bury our children young. Okay, we murdering one another. You know, we doing all types of unbrotherly things and unsisterly things to one another. You know, because we're not keeping the laws, we're not in the truth. All right, being not in the truth is what's going to destroy you. All right, so get what you had.
Okay. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 2, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
My son,
Mm-hmm.
if thou come to serve the Lord,
Mm-hmm.
prepare thy soul for temptation.
Prepare yourself for temptation. Read that part again.
My son,
Mm-hmm.
if thou come to serve the Lord,
Mm-hmm.
prepare thy soul for temptation.
Prepare your soul for temptation. You come to this, you give me the scripture where it says, let me see, dun, dun, dun. Where is that scripture? Beginning of knowledge. Proverbs 9 and 10. Hold Proverbs 9 and 10 from me. All right. So in the Bible, the Lord explains that, if you want to come serve the Lord, you're going to have to prepare for temptation. Okay, it's going to be whatever your flesh wants. Okay, so you might come in to school, you might have a drinking problem. You're a drunkard, and meaning that you get drunk and you do things that is not civilized. Like you might start fights, argue with people. You know, pass out drunk somewhere, and getting DUIs and things of that sort. You know, a weed habit, opioid habit, cocaine habit, you know, uh, you know, uh, a sex habit, like you might have these things, and coming wanting to serve the Lord, you're going to be tempted. All right, prepare yourself for temptation. Read that again.
Okay. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 9. We want Ecclesiasticus.
Yeah, Ecclesiastes. We hold Proverbs 9 and 10.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus,
Mm-hmm.
chapter 2, and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
My son, if thou come to serve the Lord,
Mm-hmm.
prepare thy soul for temptation.
Prepare thy soul for temptation. All right. The truth is not. That's why in the I.S.U.P.K, man, and we also want to bring that up too. What our job is. A lot of people they say, well, how why do y'all tell people that they're wrong? Why do you judge people? And I'm saying it in the way they say, why do you judge people? right? We tell them, say, we're not judging you because we're not giving you a sentence, right? We're not serving out, we're not giving you a punishment. What we're showing you your transgressions against the law.
Right.
Okay? And if we're not teaching you, if we don't teach our brothers and sisters how to serve the Lord and the things that He hates, okay, then we're not doing our job, and you'll continue uh, being in the world.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? Read that again.
My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
It says serve the Lord. It didn't mean to, halfway step with the Lord. It says serve. You dig what I'm saying? You have to serve the Lord. Okay, you can't just try to you know say, hey, I'm gonna just say this prayer. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just say this prayer, and that's it. I ain't gonna put no work in for the Lord to to be on my side. Okay, you can't just do that. Like you can't just get hands put over you in a prayer and some oil on you, and then that's it. No, you have to serve Him by your actions, not by your mouth. Okay, because that's what the Christian church is going to teach you. The Christian church is going to teach you, hey, you can serve God, you can serve the Most High with just Him knowing your heart, and Him knowing your heart is just another way of saying I'm an evil person, and the Most High, I want Him to accept me for who I am. In their mind, they think that they're going to go to heaven. God knows their heart because of the things that they might have been through in life. In their head, they can go on a stripper pole, shake their behind naked in front of the whole crowd. Dude can go to a strip club every weekend. God knows my heart. But you committing a sin.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? And that's where we go wrong at. Read it again.
My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Go ahead.
Verse 2. Set thy heart aright.
Set your heart aright, man. Make sure your mind is on point. Make sure that your mind is always in the game. Sometimes you're gonna fall. Sometimes you might stumble on this path. It happens. It happens because it's not something that's easy. It's hard, but you gotta have your mindset right. This Bible right here. This is supposed to be, a filter. The words that's in it is supposed to be a filter in your mind. And when you living your life, you're going on with your daily life, you're supposed to be like, okay, I'm not going to hang with them because I know if I hang with them, I'm still trying to get myself together. I know if I hang with them, they smoke weed. That's all they do. They smoke weed. If I go with them, I'm gonna want to smoke weed. If I go hang out with them, I'm gonna want to go shoot somebody because that's what we do. We go out, get high, and shoot somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
If I go hang out with them, I'm going to be tempted to go rob somebody. I'm gonna be tempted to go sell some drugs because they got nothing but drug money, nothing but drugs and drug money all around. Easy $10,000 real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like your mind got to be right. You got to know to separate yourself from society. So say like, not saying that you got to cut everybody off. It's wise to do that, for your circle, but you want to get your life in the point of you're set it up for success. You studying, right? You're around the brothers and sisters in the school. You know what I'm saying? Like you're setting yourself up right. Your mindset, you studying. Read that part again.
Okay. Set thy heart aright
Mm-hmm.
and constantly endure.
Yeah. Constantly endure, man. Set your mind right and just endure. You know, you have to endure the pain and suffering that this road can cause. This road can cause serious damage, you understand, to yourself, because imagine having to see your mom cry because you said, well, I'm not celebrating Thanksgiving, Mom. I can't come to that Christmas dinner, Mom. I can't bring my kids over for Easter, Mom. I can't do that, Grandma. It hurts. You know what I mean? It hurts knowing that you're pulling away from your own family, your own blood. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
It hurts, but you have to endure it. You know, serving the Lord is not easy.
Right.
It's not easy. You're gonna be tempted to do evil things. That's what's gonna happen. You've been doing evil things longer than what you knew what God told you to do. So now you're gonna be sitting up there fighting yourself.
Right.
Because your flesh wants to sin, but the spirit wants to live on. All right, the spirit wants you to have everlasting life. Your spirit is what you shall feed. How do you feed your spirit? By studying, coming to class, doing the work of the Lord. You know, like deeply meditating on these laws,
Right.
fasting. You dig what I'm saying? Like you want to strengthen yourself, man. Strengthen yourself because it don't get easy. People come into the school I buy and they think that we tell them, listen, man, it don't get no easier. It gets harder. And a lot of people don't believe it. I seen people leave because they couldn't let go of the world. They didn't understand that they had to stay strong. This road don't get easy. It gets harder. The more you know, the more you accounted for. You can't just be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, do what I want. You can't. You know better now. You know what I'm saying? Like you know better. That's like a brother being in the truth. He knows that he should not eat pork. He knows that he shouldn't eat. He shouldn't get shape ups. You know, he knows that he shouldn't get dreadlocks, and he go do it anyway. You know what I'm saying? It don't make sense because you know better. So that you know better, you're going to be tested, and whatever is weak in you fall weak in your flesh, Satan is going to work off of that. I guarantee you. A lot of men, females be our kryptonite. Guess what? The Lord going to send the Lord. Listen, Satan is going to send females that is magnificent. You be like, oh my gosh. You know what I'm saying? You sitting up there losing your mind, like, oh my gosh. But then you got to catch yourself, like, you catch yourself in that second. Dang, I can't mess with it. You know what I mean? Can't mess with it. Because if I mess with it, I'm going to sit up there and marry a harlot. You dig what I'm saying? You're going to marry a harlot. What you going to do then? You know what I'm saying? You're going to marry a whore? You don't want to do that? So now you're going to be tempted. You're going to be tempted to do evil. Hold on 1 second. Hey, Shalom Christ. Hey, Long Christ. Hey, what's going on, sir? Yeah, I'm good. I'm up here teaching class. It's all good. All right, Long Christ. Yeah. All right. So check. You know, like I said, man, like being on this path, do it get easier? You know, the more you know, man, the harder it gets. You know what I mean? It'd be little laws in between the Bible. You be like, hold on, what? What I gotta do? Sheesh. All right. You know what I mean? You'll find out that it was something that you might do on a regular. You ain't never know. You still learning. We all still learning. So this Bible, man, is forever learning, man. That's why we is for officers. It's mandatory for us to come in on Mondays. You know what I mean? Tune in, brothers and sisters, tune in to those generals classes, to all the classes, really. You know, but those general classes, they the ones that you prefer as the master teachers. You understand? The ones that has, perfected this Bible and give it to us. You dig what I'm saying? So always prepare for temptation. All right. Know that the road don't get easy. That's what we be talking about today. All right. All right. Read the other scripture that you got in Proverbs.
Okay. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 9 and verse. Oh, sorry. This is the book of Proverbs
9 and 10.
9 and 10.
Yep.
This is the book of Proverbs 9 and verse 10. Mm-hmm. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
Say it again.
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
Let's read a verse above.
Verse 9. Give instruction to a wise man, mm-hmm. and he will be yet wiser.
Listen, if you give instructions to a wise man, what do that mean? Let's read a verse above that.
Verse 8. Reprove not a scorner, mm-hmm. lest he hate thee.
Listen, meaning don't try to check somebody that, don't waste your time trying to check somebody that is just an idiot, right? A lot of us, we find ourselves in battles. Like, know when to call it quits. You know what I'm saying? Like, learn when to call it quits. Don't be trying to batter them till the dawn. And look, a scorner, once they identified as a scorner, it's a done deal. He's just a scorner. He's just a scoffer. You know what I'm saying? He just, or she just want to talk. They want to talk, hear themselves talk. Right. They don't really want to get the breakdown. They just want to be evil. Don't sweat it. Next verse.
Oh God. Rebuke a wise man and he will love thee.
Yeah, you check a wise. All right, so I didn't hear that part. You rebuke a wise man, meaning you check a wise man. You let him know, yo, man, you better stop allowing that. You better stop allowing your flesh to win, brother or sister. You know what I mean? That's like, let's say Abad come to me, right? And he like, hey, Salaki, you shouldn't be. Let's say I had a drinking. Let's say I get into drinking, and Abad come to me and say, hey, Salaki, you shouldn't be drinking so much. I think you need to relax. I don't want you to, and put shame on the school. I would take heed to that, because he's right. Read that again.
Okay. Rebuke a wise man, and he will love thee.
He will love thee, man. I love Abba for coming to me as a brother and let me know, yo, hey, bro, you can't, hey, Salaki, listen, you can't do that. You can't move like that. A wise man, he's going to take that, and he's going to love that brother for that. Go ahead.
Okay. Verse 9. Give instruction to a wise man, mm-hmm. and he will be yet wiser.
Listen, man, you give instruction, all right, to a wise man, he's going to become wiser. Okay? He's going to take on that responsibility, do it. You understand? And he's going to become wiser because he knows that it's wise to listen to the men above him.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? Like in the Bible, rank mean everything.
Right.
And that counsel means everything. All right. It's a time when just to shut your mouth and just listen. All right. And really, really listen. You dig what I'm saying? And make sure that you understand where they're coming from. And if you don't, ask questions so that you can be on point in the future. Read that verse again, verse 9.
Kavukam. Give instruction to a wise man, and he will be yet wiser. Teach a just man, and he will increase in learning.
Listen, man, he's going, a just man is going to do what?
Kavukam. Teach a just man.
Teach a just man.
And he will increase in learning.
He will increase in learning. You teach a brother that wants to serve the Lord. Okay? You give instruction to a wise man. You understand? They're both is going to utilize what they have been given, the knowledge and the instructions. You understand? They're going to multiply the wisdom. They're going to multiply the knowledge. All right? So you always want to make sure that you, like I said, make sure your mind is right. Make sure your mind is on point, man. Because Satan is always knocking at your door, even when you don't think he is. Satan is always plotting and scheming. And you being in these classes, understand this, that Satan knows exactly who you are specifically because you want to serve the Lord. You come into the I.S.U.P.K and you learning from real priests. Right. So now Christ gonna be like, all right, Satan gonna be like, okay, you gonna roll with them? All right, let's see if you really about it. Yeah, keep going.
Okay. Verse 10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
Say it again.
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
Listen, fearing our Father which art in heaven, right? Like, let's talk household wise. If the children knows not to play with dad, that's the beginning of their understanding.
Right.
They know dad will tear my behind up, or dad is going to put me on punishment. He's going to put me in timeout. He's going to discipline me. I'm going to have to hear that bass behind voice chastise me for the wrongdoing. I'm going to not try to upset him. So I'm going to just do what he say to do. Right? Read that again.
Okay. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. What do that mean? When you fear the Lord, meaning that you keeping the laws. You're in the truth. Because that's what it means to be in the truth. Keeping the laws. You keeping the laws. As you're keeping the laws, you're learning. You're learning from keeping the laws. You're going to learn. You're going to start understanding certain things that everybody ain't going to understand. You can be like, oh, I see why the Most High said this. And I see why he got it set up like that. And then now your wisdom is going to grow. You're going to have more understanding. All right? So fearing the Lord, man, is the name of the game. You understand? Fearing the Lord. All right? Meaning, just don't get on his bad side. Right. Don't do what he say not to do. Right. Don't do those things. Like today, we are heavily into sexual deviances. Many of our women wants to be lesbians. A lot of men wants to be females. All right, all types of the elemental P community, what they produce. You know, adultery. I mean, you name it. That's what we doing. All right, that's what we doing. Uh, where was we at?
Proverbs 9.
Proverbs 9 and 10. Right. All right. So we doing these things, right? And here's the thing: the Lord hates those things. The Lord hates everything that we be doing. The getting high, all right, getting the shape ups, eating the unlawful foods. Like it is so bad, right? When I go on Instagram, I'll go on Instagram, right? I go on Instagram, I'll be like, all right, cool. Um, yeah. Oh, recipes. And I go in the recipes area and they are saying, look at this delicious lobster tail cheese puffs. I'm like, oh my God, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see that.
Right.
But that's what we glorify. I seen one thing, dude said, yeah, these king crab legs, they're expensive. But man, he cracked the crab leg open, right? Had a whole batter and everything. The joint looked like chicken for a second. It was the actual crab meat looked like it was a chicken wing or like a chicken breast. But it was a whole crab. And he cracked it open. And I'm like, that ain't cracking like chicken. Judites, we know what chicken look like. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that ain't chicken, it was a crab. And I'm like, yo, this is what we promote. Like, we can't just let them promote what they do. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
We want to promote the same thing because we don't know the truth. Hey, I want you to get how to find out this devil name. Um What's the name of that Edomite that killed those innocent the innocent bystanders? Um he just had a court case today.
You're not talking about Lamont Overberry.
Huh?
Lamont Overberry?
Yeah. Can you pull him up on the screen? I'll say something about him too. All right. So again, fear another Lord. All right. Not doing those evil things. All right. Because you are afraid of being punished. You got the where is it at? I think it's in the Baruch chapter 4 and verse 6, where it talks about the Lord will visit sinners.
Okay.
Let's check that out. Then
Okay.
Baruch 4 and 6. I believe that's where it's at.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
You were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because you moved God to wrath.
Yeah. So as you see, this is explaining what happens when, as a whole, when we just don't want to listen to the Most High. Read that again.
You were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because you moved God to wrath. You were delivered unto the enemies.
Yeah, we delivered it to our enemies, man. It was to show you that we have enemies. All right, and the brother that the devil that Abba about to bring up, man, he's an enemy. You understand? Got supported by the what's their name? Abba. He got supported by the white extremists, I think. They put money, they put a GoFundMe to get him out of jail. I think, what is his bail, like $1 million? I think his bail was like almost to $1 million or $100,000, and they got him up ASAP. You know, because they gonna care for their own people. You dig what I'm saying? But as you see right here, I don't. That's not the scripture though. Um, I gotta find it. Where the Lord said He had visited a sinner.
Okay.
Don't you can get the picture of the devil.
Okay.
Get that. 1 second, y'all. Oh, it's Ecclesiasticus. Hold on. Having no patience. Let me see. Punish. Hold on. Make sure we get this joint right. Make sure we get it right. All right. Boom. It's Ecclesiasticus 12:6.
Okay. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus,
Chapter 12 and verse 6.
chapter 12 and verse 6. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12 and verse 6. For the Most High hateth sinners.
With what?
For the Most High hateth sinners.
Let everybody know where we at.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12 and verse 6.
Go ahead.
For the Most High hateth sinners.
For the Most High hated sinners, man. You know, he hated sinners. Okay? So this whole narrative that these religions is trying to push, all right, what our oppressors trying to push, all right, read it again.
For the Most High hateth sinners.
This is contrary to what they teach. They telling you that God don't hate nobody. He all hugs and kisses and kumbaya. That's not the truth. All right. The Lord is operating on a whole different scale. But you will never learn the truth if nobody never teach you the truth. And that's why we're here to teach you the truth.
Right.
So that you will understand how to move out here in the world. All right. We want you on the narrow path. Okay. But even on that narrow path, there's going to be temptation. It's going to be the water. It is going to be the fire. You have to stand, you have to walk tall, stand firm in this truth. All right? Being lukewarm is not going to help. It's not going to help. You're going to be sitting there damaging yourself. All right? And you're going to be wasting your own time because you done sat up there and try to put in this work here and ain't go through it all the way. And then next thing you look up, the Lord is piling a bunch of, punishments at your door. All right? No, not this one, not this one. It actually is. Okay, so let's talk about this case right here, right? So, because we have it up, right? So, in the law, all right, in the Bible it says, never trust thy enemy. Okay, never trust thy enemy because they're always going to be wicked the same way iron roughly. Okay.
Darash Kyle Rittenhouse.
Yeah, you can look him up too, because that's what I actually want. The water, I appreciate it. So can they see this?
Okay.
Oh, so we got it like on the side of the screen and stuff like that.
Okay.
All right, Most High in Christ. So as you see, you understand. I think it might be to my left or my right. I don't know. Okay, yeah, over here, right? Yeah. So you see I'm pointing right here. All right. You see that this brother, okay, was give me Lamentations 4 and 17.
Okay.
Hold that 12 and 6 in Ecclesiasticus and give me Lamentations 4 and 17. All right. It goes to tell you something, man. The Lord do not want us joining with everybody. Okay? That is in the law. All right. We're not supposed to trust these people. The Lord don't want you to trust your enemy. Why would you trust your enemy? Right? Like, would you trust a pedophile around your child? No. Why? Because you know that they're trying to do something to your child. Okay? Same thing as with our enemy. As you see, this black man was jogging and they took justice into their own hands. And what happened? They murdered the brother, okay, in cold blood. Now, in the courtroom, they're taking away the black jurors, okay? All right, I don't know who called it, the DA. Well, I don't think the DA would do it because they want to win, okay? But you have the defense lawyer is like, well, we want to change the jury, okay? We don't because it's going to be racially biased.
Right.
And so they took out all the black people that was on the jury and only left like one black person, okay? Because they don't want uh, them to get roofed. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause they look, them black people are like, look, do we need to really think about this? All right, he's getting the book, the whole book. So help him God, help them. You know, and this is the problem. You understand? Let me get the scripture that you hold.
Okay. This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, and verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
As for us,
Mm-hmm.
our eyes as yet fell for our vain help.
Hey, you know, we look to these people for help. We try joining a nation. We ain't getting no gain. You know, we went out to go vote for voting, for it to be in their schools. Nothing helped. Okay. Um, we asked for them to patrol our neighborhoods, and in return, we get pulled over for a simple broken tail light. Okay, that everybody else can see my other tail light, but I guess they just need to see both of them tail lights because that's what you want. But you're going to brutalize. You're going to utilize the law that was given to you to pull me over to racially profile me and and do all types of manner of evil. Okay, we go in our eyes vain. Our eyes. Read the part again because it says it's better. Than I'm going to butcher it. Go ahead.
As for us,
Mm-hmm.
our eyes as yet fail.
It says that they have failed. Okay, meaning it's you know what I mean. It's like seeing that last bottle of water being thrown up in the air, and eagle come past and swoop it up, and you just like, that's what it means. It's like we try to get this help from another people, but they don't have our best interest. Keep going.
Okay. And our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us.
Hold on, man. Hold on. Okay, what Officer Abad just brought out was heavy. It said that we try to get help from a nation that would not help us. Okay, we look at these people right here. This is what they do. This is their nature. What they did to this brother. And what's the brother's name again?
This one?
Yes.
Ahmad Arbery.
Ahmad
Arbery.
Ahmad Arbery. Ahmad Arbery, man, did he have kids? Yeah, probably had kids. He a Judite, so he probably had kids. You know what I'm saying? He likes to spend time with his family. You know, he probably had a wife, or a girlfriend of sort, Uh, all types of good stuff, man. Had his own house. It looked like he probably had a nice house because he got killed in a nice neighborhood running. You know what I'm saying? And his life was ended. Okay, because two oppressors wanted to be put a cape on, and go kill one of our brothers. They wanted to do that. Okay, let me tell y'all something. Our oppressor wants to shoot them guns that they have. They're waiting. They're itching. Like in the I.S.U.P.K, man, we practice defense.
Right.
Okay, we practice defense. But some of us in Hebrew Academy, we is itching for somebody to cross that line and they say Pagagua, and then we just fall on them. You understand? Because they didn't deserve it if they got to that if we got to this point. But we have control. You don't hear us going to jail or, getting locked up for hurting somebody. We don't do those type of things. One is not in our nature really to do that. You understand? But in their nature, it is. In their nature, they really want to hurt you. Okay,
Right.
they go to the gun range and they can't shoot somebody. They wants to shoot somebody. Their forefather Esau was a cunning hunter. It said that he lived by the sword. Listen, our oppressor wants to kill something. That's why he goes hunting. He goes hunting for animals that he would never put on his table.
Right.
Why would you go out just to go kill a bear?
Right.
I just, just go hunt a bear. Shit. It's a lot of different language. Shoot, why would I not want to hunt a bear? You know what I'm saying? Like, they go hunt lions and giraffes. You're not about to eat that lion or giraffe. You're just about to just kill it and take a picture with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, maybe cut his head off and stuff it with materials and stuff and put it on the wall. But regardless of the fact, this is who they are. This is what they really want. And we go to these people, this nation of people, we go to these people for some salvation. Instead of us coming to the I.S.U.P.K, where under Commander GEN.YAHANNA, you will get all the help that you need. All right? You'll get all the help that you need, more than what you ever think you would get, because you're getting the Most High. Like, everybody that came in here and changed their life, they are grateful. We are all grateful. We grateful for what the men before us did to make sure that brothers and sisters like us can come in and learn and participate in the works of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? I remember, man, as a young man, I used to want to clean the school. You know what I mean? Me and our bod, man, we used to be in this joint like, yo, can we clean? Can we clean the house of the Most High? That's why I be like, I be telling the troopers, man, like, I wanted to clean the school. You know what I'm saying? I know that this is the house of the Lord. Keeping the house of the Lord, that's like keeping the house of the Lord clean. That is the work of the Lord. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
We was real big on keeping that temple clean, man. Keeping the altars looking nice and the floors swept and all that. That's the work of the Lord, man. You don't take the work of the Lord lightly, man. You dig what I'm saying? Like, come in here and change your life. You dig what I'm saying? Change your life. Okay. Let's keep reading more.
Okay. This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 5 and verse 18. They hunt our steps.
They what?
Hunt our steps.
They what?
Hunt our steps.
They hunt our steps, man. That's what they do. Let me give you a little story. I'm at my old slave, right? And I'm at my old slave. We got people online, right? They tuned in. Most on Christ. Anybody have any questions?
Lots.
All right, listen, you in the class, you got any questions that you might want to ask, type it in, man. Type it in. If you ain't like, share, you understand the class, do it now. Just hit the like button. It ain't going to hurt. There's only one little muscle in your arm, hand that you got to do, so that these classes can get into that algorithm. All right. So check. I'm at my old slave, right? Slave meaning a job. What you'll call a job today. So I'm at my old slave. If you don't know, I used to be a cook. I'm a cook. All right. And I worked in this real hectic kitchen. All right. Heavy volume of customers on a daily. All right. And I did the first shift and all that, and transition. You got duties. Like any job, you might have to clean up or turn certain things in before your shift is over. Well, during my whole shift, I had a oppressor hawk me down. I mean, I'll be working and he'll walk past where I'm working at and just stare at me like this. Literally, he'd just be staring at me like this. Do you understand how uncomfortable that felt? I felt like he had a whip in his hand. Right. And he was on a horse. And he used to drive me nuts. To the point where I used to be cutting with a knife and I slam it down like this dude gotta go somewhere. Right. Because, read that again.
They hunt our steps.
They hunt our steps, man. You know how bad it has to be a parent to get the phone call that your son or your daughter is dead because somebody hunted their steps. These Edomites right here, I guarantee you they go hunting. Same way like their forefather did. Go hunting, live by the sword. Every year they going hunting. Hey, Abba, do you hear black people saying, I'm going hunting, I'm going out to the woods, I'm gonna put deer piss on me and hide up in a tree somewhere and have all these different cables to kill a deer. And you know, do we do that? That's not very common in the Israelite community. The most we do is go fishing. And while we're going fishing, guess what we're doing? We got this right here. Look, we got some of this I bought. Right. Look, check it out. You ain't even Peter Blitz. We got bottles like this and something like that, Coronas. Think about the so-called Hispanics and the Native Americans and the West Indies and the Haitians and the so-called Negroes. We go fishing. It's a good time. We kicking back with our homies and stuff like that. We having a good time. We not sitting out there in the woods under a pile of leaves with a darn sniper rifle about to split a wig, of a deer. No. You know what I'm saying? They hunted this man's steps, man. So to continue on this story, all right. So this devil, man, he just kept like he'll always like follow, like he'll just be watching me the whole time, like just watching me and trying to critique me on little things. I'm like, yo, I got this, man. Like you just need to leave me alone. Like you just pestering me. And it will always be like he'll just be hunting my steps. Like just like it like of course I understand people have a job. But how he did it, it was like he was a taskmaster. So it got to a point one day where it was towards the time I left. Right. I'm sitting there, I'm like, I'm actually coming out the kitchen. I'm coming out the freezer to restock the line. Actually, let's be completely honest. I'm going to restack the line. All I'm trying to do is get to point A, point B. That's all I'm trying to do. Honestly. He sees me doing what I got to do. He comes out, mind you, I make sure my stations were stocked all the time. I make sure all my duties was done because I didn't want to hear nobody's mouth. I'm dealing with black people, okay? Black people is not going to let you hear the end of you leaving your station or whatever you do that falls on them dirty, okay? Unorganized. So I'm doing my duties. He comes out of nowhere, and I saw him walk me down. I said, I bet you this dude's gonna come around this corner. Better yet, he comes around. And I said, yo, stop hunting my steps. And it was so biblical. About what I said. What I said, it hit home. And the demon that was on him, you saw that John tap dancing. Because he was like, that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm like, no, stop hunting my steps. You saw that I'm coming out the refrigerator, coming out the freezer with products to restock. I'm restocking 2 stations. And I'm about to clean this darn filter, man. Leave me alone. Stop hunting my steps. Right. I ain't going to say it again. And he felt sorry, tried to apologize. I said, listen, stop hunting my steps. You know what I'm saying? And he said it out his own mouth. That's what I'm supposed to do. Ain't that crazy? Oh, you just supposed to hunt my steps. Please. Man, I ain't like how much I was getting paid, and I'm not about to have some devil hawking me down all day. I left. I collected unemployment and got something better. You know. But that's the world that we in. We all go through it. We all go through somebody hunting us down. Somebody hunting you down right now, man. Somebody hunting you down. You know who it is? The government. You understand? These other nations that's outside of the nation of Israel. They hunting your steps, man. Look at this brother. You dig what I'm saying? Lost his life because they're supposed to be trying to uphold the law. They shot this man to death, man. And that's sad. And Lord be with his family. All right, with him and his family, and may the Lord make sure that justice is served. All right, read verse 18 again.
Okay. They hunt our steps, that we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near.
1 second. Hey, Shalom Christ. I'm doing this. So I'm in class right now. Live, so. He is, sir. I'm not. Come. I'm on Christ. All right, so check. All right. It says, read it again.
Okay. They hunt our steps, that we cannot go in our streets.
That we cannot go on our streets. All right. They're hunting our steps, man. These police is hunting our steps. That's what they do. You what? Listen. I mean, people have been pulled over just for being black. A lot of us. It was worse back before the cameras really came out. You know, oh my gosh. Can you imagine they had body cameras back then? You saw they did the Rodney King on what? Wasn't it on the expressway? And whoever captured that man, that is ridiculous. Like, because it wasn't no cell phones like that. There wasn't no cell phones out there being able to record videos and stuff like that. They had a whole tape recorder. They had to zoom in on that joint I buy. They had to zoom in. Rodney King getting the life beat out of him, man. He got all that money. I think he blew it up. I think he was guilty. He actually he had a DUI, but they just wailed on him. You think you can get that up? Rodney King beating? Let's see that. You know, the Christian church wanted to say that the I.S.U.K wrong for teaching what we teaching, but they out there hunting our steps and they ain't even trying to warn us. You know what I'm saying? It's absurd, man. Let me see where we at. As you getting that, I'm gonna read Lamentations. I'm gonna pick up where you was at, all right? Go ahead and find that video.
You want the video or the picture?
I want the video. They got the video. They got the video out. Shoot, man. Let's get that. All right. So we're in the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 18. They hunt our steps, that we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near. Our days are fulfilled, for our end is to come. This is explaining, man, about how we are in our communities. All right, how we are in this today's time. We are being hunted every day. Okay. As he pulling that up, all right, as he's pulling that scripture up, okay, let's I'm gonna go Ephesians Ephesians 6 and 10. I'm gonna grab it. You go ahead and find what you need.
Okay.
All right. This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 6, verse 10. It said, "Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord." Being strong in the Lord, meaning being strong in your faith, being strong when it comes to serving the Lord, keeping the laws, okay? And in the power of his might. You understand? In the power of his might. What does it mean in his might, Abba?
The power of his might.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't paying attention to the first verse there. So.
It's all right. It said, "My brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might."
The power of the Most High.
Exactly. You understand? Like the Lord got you, man. You dig what I'm saying? Like the Lord going to protect you. He's going to hold it down for you. You know, the Lord took down nations.
Can we all
Us.
get along? Can we get
You
along?
serve the Lord, man. You get whatever you need from him. Whatever you want, as long as you serving him. All right, verse 11. Put on the whole armor of the Most High. What does it mean to put on the whole armor of the Most High? All right, Most High Christ. All right, pause that right there. Everybody can see it on the TV. I mean, on the class. All right, so we're gonna hold off on that. Just go to the you can put it rewind that down to the so putting on the whole armor of the Most High, man, making sure that you looking strong, you studying, make sure that you keeping the laws. You dig what I'm saying? Making sure that you are living in this truth, man. You dig what I'm saying? It says, "Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil." You dig what I'm saying? Like when we out there at camp, they say, "Well, why y'all look so hard? Why y'all look so hardcore? Why y'all talk so hardcore?" It's because, man, we have on the whole armor of the Most High. The Most High is a man of war. That's why we wearing the fringes. The reason why we wearing the boots. Why we rocking the braids. Putting on the armor of the Most High. We ain't getting shape ups. So now we looking bears full out, facial hair looking healthy and good. Hairlines ain't all the way in the back of the club no more. Hairlines and grew back and hair looking glorious and luxurious. You know what I'm saying? We be having more hair than most females out here. And we braid it up, looking sharp, being strong. You dig what I'm saying? Walking like a man, supposed to putting on that whole armor of the Most High. You dig? It says that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil, because Satan is always
Get along?
going to
Can we
be
get
working
along?
against you. He's always going to be working against you. He's going to use other nations to get to you. He's going to use your own people against to get to you. Right. So you have to be strong. For instance, when you outside in the I.S.U.P.K, they say we're going to camp today. You're trained on how to hold a post. You holding that post, you being a professional about it. Right. You're reading. You're not worrying about what anybody in the crowd is saying, because what? That's Satan. Right. Satan is working through them to try to throw you off or your game. Right? But it's all right. They being convicted. Their spirits is being convicted. You keep teaching. You don't stop and allow that to distract you from doing what you need to do. You're supposed to just keep teaching because you have on the whole armor of the Most High.
Right.
Gotta have the whole armor of the Most High because you're going to be tempted.
Right.
Because the Lord said, if you want to serve me, prepare yourself for temptation and be willing to endure those temptations and don't fail. Because the Lord said, I hate of sinners. So you have to put in the work. You have to, I mean it in all sincerity, you have to put in the work. You can't just sit around and think that a star gonna fall off the sky and everything gonna be all right. No, you gotta put in work. You have to have some nights when you just want to go buck wild and you're gonna have to say no. You're gonna have those nights.
Right.
You're gonna have those encounters and you have to stay strong. All right. Let me see, verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood. We're not wrestling against flesh and blood. We're not going to war with these people. Okay? We're not going to go shoot up police officers and precincts and stuff like that. We're not going to do that. That's not what we do. That's not the order that the Most High told us to do. All right? It says, well, you go ahead. You can pick it up from where I'm at.
Okay.
Verse 12.
In Ephesians.
Yeah.
Okay.
6 and 12.
This book of Ephesians, chapter 6 and verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
For we wrestle not against flesh and blood,
Mm-hmm.
but against principalities, against powers,
Mm-hmm.
against the rulers of the darkness of this world.
Now let's back it up a little bit. It said, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities. What are principalities? Government powers. Okay. It says, and powers. Okay. And powers. Okay. Against powers that be, man. You understand these other nations. And it also says against the rulers of darkness of this world. And who is the rulers of darkness in this world? Our Esau, all right, our oppressor, man. He is the ruler of all darkness of this world, okay? Because he runs the world, okay? America is the strongest country in the world, okay? Europe, Russia, Germany, all of those people, France and Spain, yeah, they might speak different languages and follow different cultures, but they're still the same people. There's no difference. You dig what I'm saying? Like a Japanese cat and like a Japanese cat, right? Like a hold on. What's the Japanese nation? Ammon, right? Ammon and Moab, the Chinese and Japanese, they not the same people. They different nations.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? But in today's time, they would be considered Asians.
Right.
That's the difference between, you know what I mean, people that is appear to be under the same umbrella.
Right.
Technically, because, okay, white people can be, they still would call it a German white or a Spaniard white.
Right.
So I take that back a little bit. But just because they speak different languages and stuff like that doesn't give them, or they're identified as something else, they're still the nation of Edom.
Right.
Of Esau, right? So with them, man, where we at again? Okay, boom. Let's make sure. Okay, so with these rulers, okay, with the nation of Esau, all right, the Edomites being the rulers of darkness of this world, okay, they also is a power as well. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
Like they also are a power, but there's many powers on the world. All right. Like if I go over let's say I want to go to Egypt, right? I'm going to be going against a power over there. If I go into China, I'm being under a power over there. You dig what I'm saying? And the nation of Edom is a power. Okay? And they also, but they are the rulers of the darkness, okay, of this world against spiritual wickedness in high places. Okay? So you're putting on that whole armor and being in the defense of the gay movements. Okay? Right. Christianity, Islam, Egyptology, all those type of ideologies that's out there, we are supposed to be on the defense when it comes to that. Right. Make sure that we don't fall victim to those things. But in a Christian church and, in a Muslim mosque, and these different spiritualities, they don't prepare us to go against that, technically. All right. Let's read verse 13.
Verse 13. Wherefore, take unto you the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand.
Yeah, you'll be able to withstand in that evil day, meaning that day when you've been tempted. That day when somebody is at the camp and they really want to fight. You dig what I'm saying? They might really want to fight. And you got on that armor of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? It might be that day, man, that you're going to have to show and prove that you got that armor of the Lord on. You want to have it on. You want to make sure that you ain't losing no debates.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? You got the whole armor of the Lord on. That's why the I.S.U.K is undefeated. All right? Because we had the whole armor of the Lord. Let's play this tape right here, man. Let's play this tape. 8:30. I got it.
Okay.
You can go ahead and play the video.
Okay, sir. In verse 17, it says, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God. The word of God, like you were saying, our armor is our defense. The word of God is our offense. It's that sword. Like you said with the debates, we speak the word of God so we don't lose the debates. That's our sword, that's our offensive weapon.
Yeah, facts. That's the truth. Like when you look at when you look at when using these scriptures, man, that's the offense. You dig what I'm saying? Like we ain't on the defense. Like we can be on defense.
Right.
You know what I mean? When it comes to certain circumstances, but the scriptures is made to be on offense. Right. For you to be what?
I.S.U.P.K word, cut.
Cut. That's right. You understand? The scriptures is made to cut. All right? To bring the sword back wet.
Right.
That's what we're about. We men of war. And these scriptures is not the play. I know the Christian church and made it seem like that though. Christian church and made this Bible look sissified. But that's why the Lord chose I.S.U.K, chose Commander GEN.YAHANNA, the same way he chose Christ to represent him. All right? The Lord chose Commander GEN.YAHANNA to represent him, on the face of the earth and show what Israel really is about. And that's a big responsibility, and that's something that people, all of us want to understand. Like, we all have a responsibility to represent Israel.
Okay.
To represent Israel and to show, the zeal that Israel is supposed to have. Because we lost it, man. That zeal not saying that we lost it, but in our community now, we don't have it. There's nowhere where you can find the real practice of our culture, but in the I.S.U.P.K. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm gonna read what he had again. It says, verse 17, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the spirit, which is the word of the Most High. Like these laws, man, it cuts. That's a part of your armor, man. That's your sword. That's why we call the Bible a sword, because it cuts. It cuts all the bull crap, all the negativity. You understand that, you know, that somebody even try to bring. I mean by negativity is like sin. You know, many people gonna try to debate you, say that, hey, you might say, yeah, man, smoking bad. You know, we up here getting high, smoking weed. Somebody gonna say, what? Smoking weed? Ain't no wrong smoking weed. And you start cutting them, and show them that smoking weed is bad. Popping pills is bad. And you show them, it's a medication. Was you ever diagnosed? Are you being prescribed the weed medicine? You need to smoke it? How often do you smoke? And they just being cut to pieces. All right, because in the Bible, you have to like in the Bible, it is very, very, very important to represent Israel. You understand? To represent the Lord, and don't allow, you understand, somebody to be able to cut you when it comes to these scriptures.
Right.
You understand? Because you supposed to be the teacher. Hey, Shalom of Christ, sir, you want the class?
Right.
All right. So let's play the tape.
Okay.
Let's play the tape.
Okay.
And hold me what's that? Isaiah chapter 14. I want to go there real quick.
Can we get along?
And now, if y'all don't know about who Rodney King was, Rodney King was pulled over. I think it's supposed to be like what was he had? He was a DUI maybe. I think it was a DUI. I did hear that he used to get down on the drinking.
Can we all
But
get along?
Again, us having our steps hunted, by our oppressor. All right, he was brutally beaten by multiple police officers. Police officers stood by and did nothing, and participated in the brother beating, and which led to big riots. I believe it was heavily in the West Coast, and I believe that it was actually on the East Coast. All right, the same way with George Floyd effect, that's how it was definitely in the West Coast, because that's where it happened. We can get some sound now. Look at the brother eye.
I don't think it's video has sound.
All right, yeah, the brother, they beat the crap out of this dude. It was only one brother. They had batons and they just beat him, man. And they thought that they was going to get away with it. And no telling, pause it real quick. No telling, okay, how many times they done did this. Okay, like if they just sitting on the roadside, just relaxing and chilling, they used to doing this type of things. They used to hunting down blacks, Hispanic, Native Americans, hunting them down, pulling them over, stop resisting, start beating the crap out of them, planting drugs on them, planting guns on them, and all that type of crazy stuff. Just saying, "Oh, you fit the description." Like I remember, I remember. Okay, so I did witness a crime, right? And I was in a white neighborhood, and people was breaking into people's cars, and we actually heard the glass being hit, getting smashed in, the car getting smashed in. But we ain't paying no mind. Me and this white dude I used to be cool with, we go about our own business. And because we was walking, we got pulled over. You dig what I'm saying? And really, the white dude had on all black and had a hoodie on. And me, mind you, I looked like I just got off an interview because I literally had an interview that day. I had on dress pants, I had on dress pants and shoes. I had like a nice coat on and all that. We about to go on a mission somewhere, and they pulled us over, right? Boom. And they like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, we heard it. You know what I mean? Like, but that wasn't us. I'm like, yo, do it look like I do that? And let me tell you the crazy part about it, right? Now, they realized it wasn't us, right? And you know what? I ain't gonna even talk about that story anymore because it's gonna make me mad. It's not correlating to this. But black people gotta stop being Uncle Toms, man. That's ridiculous. 'Cause he did the black dude did me dirty. You know what I mean? The most. All right, but my steps was hunted that day. It is nothing. It's nothing new. The Baltimore Police Department got caught planting guns on people. All right. Here in Philadelphia, Kensington and Allegheny is the biggest drug community almost in the world, right? One of the top drug communities in the world. I think you got to get the thing back up. All right. So, one of the top drugs community in the world, police was collecting money, to turn their head in letting certain situations. Cops was selling back drugs that they had confiscated. You understand? Like, this is the nature of these people. So as you see right here, they can see it on the screen. Where I want to get the video, just like the raw video. Is it there? They might. It shouldn't be a long clip. It should be like the shortest clip, if you could. All right. Oh, we waiting on that. Jump. So read Isaiah. Start from verse 1.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, and verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob.
Now, check this out. You can pause, or you can keep that playing. Right now, as you see, right, he's on his knees. He's on the ground. They going in. Like is nobody couldn't just go down there and just put some handcuffs on him. They beating his legs. Like did you just see that? Like this was happening on a regular. This still happens to this day. Where people can just be driving, they steps get hunted, and they getting the crap beat out of them. They getting tased or getting sad thing, they getting shot.
Right.
And the Christian church don't want to teach you that, hey, we can't trust these people. Because if we trust these people, we're going to go down the wrong path.
Right.
They are not to be trusted. You dig what I'm saying? Like they're not to be trusted. And the Lord even explains that you should never trust your enemy. Because your enemy always going to be your enemy. Because you can't trust them. Especially these people. Now, when it comes to your own brother, certain circumstances changes. You would have to forgive your brother, but you would have to understand that, okay, is he a type of brother that can change? Is he a brother that can be gained if I go to this brother and him alone? Or is he one of those brothers that I just got to fall back from? There's difference when you're dealing with your own people than when you're dealing with other nations, where the Lord is just like, listen, don't trust your enemies. All right? Don't trust them. because you're like we go out and go vote, right? When the Most High said, "Don't go vote," all right, and we can get that in a little bit, all right. We go out and go vote, go to the councilmen and have all these meetings. Hey, I buy it. And obviously, Diet, they have they have it on Instagram. Yeah, I talked to councilmen. They shaking hands, all teeth and palms. Ain't nothing happened. They just told me, yeah. We're gonna try to get them after school programs back, man. We're gonna try to get that back, man. The rec centers, oh yeah, we're gonna try to do some more, man. The books in the schools, yeah. We're gonna do that, man. Look, thank you for coming down. They ain't about to do nothing. You know how much money they be taking from people's taxes and don't say nothing? In Philadelphia, tell me if y'all remember. In Philadelphia, black people thought that they can be like the oppressor. They court all black people in the scandal of taking tax dollars and spending it for their own. And this was like what, 2013, 2014? They was spending tax dollars for their own benefit, cars and houses and stuff, vacations. They try to be like Esau. They're like, yeah, like those politicians ain't gonna help you. That's still like you going to the white man. Leave them alone. Come to the I.S.U.K and see a real difference. More so in yourself. I tell people, how you gonna try to start a revolution and you out there smoking weed? How you gonna start a revolution and you condone sex workers? I was in a room on Clubhouse. People told me, hey, you can, yeah, and the one brother, man, he is a scoffer, man. When it comes to this truth, like he's a scoffer, and he said it was nothing wrong with a woman being a sex worker, but he's supposed to be a revolutionist. You dig what I'm saying? Like you can't be one for them, one for that.
Most of them brothers think the black woman is God, so how the hell that shit working?
Yeah, that's all I asked him. Who run your house? Okay. 1 second. You can play the tape.
Okay.
They can hear it at home.
There's no sound.
You might have to unmute the TV. Oh, no problem, sir. Everything's right.
Wow, you cash? Make sure the audio is casting too.
This
Kind of
person-
kind.
Oh, it ain't the audio.
This person-
Which one?
If we yeah, look at the brother, man. And he took that beating too. He could have died. Like getting hit with a baton, that is nothing. That ain't nothing to play with, man.
Then Police Chief Daryl Gates called the actions of his officers an aberration. Still, 4 of them were charged with assault and using excessive force, and they were put on trial in Simi Valley. More than a year later, the jury returned its verdict.
We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant, Stacy C. Kuhn, not guilty.
All 4 officers were acquitted. PR consultant Kerman Maddox lived in South LA at the time.
I just couldn't fathom in my mind what they didn't see. They saw the same thing we saw, and I just couldn't imagine any jury or anybody concluding that what we saw.
Now, remember, Ahmaud Arbery, right? In his case, they just threw out every black person. You dig what I'm saying? They just threw out every black person. They left one black person. They said, "Oh, we'll leave one black person, but we can't have all those black people up there because we have all those black people up there. They're no black people gonna all be in that room and be like, listen, why are we even in here? You know what I'm saying? They getting the maximum. They trying to give them the maximum. They gonna say, listen." Black people gonna be like, hey, 30, 35 years, and then the chair. They're gonna be like 70 something years old, 80 years old, and get fried, electrocuted. That's how black people want justice. Spiritually, we really want justice. But we don't have that armor of the Lord.
Was not an egregious case.
It's all good. You know, we don't have that armor of the Lord. We don't understand how deep the rabbit hole goes. We ain't been taught it. So we don't know, like, yo, we gotta get everything. We gotta get everything back. And that's what you hold right here. Let's get it. Isaiah 14.
Okay. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14 and verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel. And
hold on. Let's rewind that. One. Read that again.
For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob.
Will have mercy on who?
Jacob.
And who is Jacob? The 12 tribes of Israel. That's what we have mercy on. All right, that's what it's all. This whole Bible, you're gonna see nothing but Israel, Israel, Israel. Okay, who are the Israelites? Okay, you know, the Hebrews, the Jews, Judah. So it's all talking about us. Okay, ain't talking about, you know, saving everybody else and all that. Is salvation is for the Jews. That's in the Bible. All right, can you read?
And will yet choose Israel.
Keep going.
And set them in their own land.
And set us in our own land, man. When Christ come back, we are going back to Jerusalem. You understand? We going. I love that song by Biggie. You know what I mean? He said, "We going back. We going back to Jerusalem, man. It's gonna be so beautiful. You know, going back to our homeland. The Lord is going to restore this earth more than what we ever seen it before. Okay, like the Mount of Olives right now, if we use it for time's sake, man, you know, next week I know what I'm going into. The Mount of Olives looks gray. It looks dead. Okay? The Lord is like, nah, y'all not gonna enjoy this. He took that away. Everything that was ours, we'll get it back tenfold.
Right.
We're gonna get our homeland back. You dig what I'm saying? And it's gonna explain more what we're gonna get. Go ahead, read.
So
Salaki, sir, you want some of this?
What do you got?
and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
Hold on, you can't go by that too quick. Say it again.
And the strangers shall be joined with them.
The stranger.
Wow.
Shall be joined with them.
Shall be what?
Joined with them.
Let's figure out how they're gonna be joined with us. And the stranger can be. You can look this up. A stranger can be either your own brother or of another nation. All right. What I mean by your own brother or sister. Okay. A stranger that might not, like, let's say the I.S.U.P.K. Right. This is where we all dwell. Right, amongst each other. Okay. We join amongst each other. We have schools all around the world. Okay. A brother or sister come into our school that is an Israelite, they'll be considered a stranger, but they still considered as a brother and sister. And we are supposed to treat them as such. You understand? It's real smooth, right? Yeah. So, you know, supposed to treat them as such, man. Show them hospitality. Right. You know, that's when people come in here, we don't be, you know, they might hear us on the streets like, yeah, man, you better stop being the center. You better stop smoking them cigarettes. You better stop getting them abortion, sister. Right. That is the leading death toll in, you know what I mean, in the Black, Hispanic, Native American community. It ain't about little man and Ralph, you understand, shooting the block up and shooting at each other. Is really us aborting our babies. When they come into the class, hey, Shalom says, how you doing? You got any questions? You know, they be like, hold on, what's going on? And then they might ask, well, why do y'all teach? Why is it different? Why is the tone different? Because down there, we're not just talking to you, we're talking to everybody. Everybody is in this conversation. You dig what I'm saying? Like we talking to the whole nation of Israel. And also we talking amongst all the nations. You dig what I'm saying? So with a stranger, I don't want to be too long-winded. A stranger can also be your brother or sister. They just not from among you.
Right.
Okay? So in this context right here, a stranger would be of another nation. Keep going.
Okay. Then they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
They shall cleave unto the house of Jacob. Okay? Meaning that they're going the same way we had to cleave unto America, cleave unto the East Indians and the West Indies. All right. The same way we had to cleave unto these other nations. Okay, mainly the oppressor. All right, the devil that the Bible speaks of. In the book of Deuteronomy, it says that we would need them for all things, and hunger and thirst. All right, the clothes on our back. We have to go to them for everything.
Right.
Okay, it's going to become a time where they're going to have to get their toilet paper from us.
Right.
They're going to have to get their clothes from us.
Right.
You know, they're going to have to get everything from us. They're going to have to cleave unto us for everything, because it's going to be a time where we're going to rule over them.
Right.
And that's real justice.
Right.
That's real justice. Let's keep reading.
Okay. Verse 2. And the people shall take them.
Mm-hmm.
And
hold on. It say that we shall what?
Take them.
All right, let's figure out what it means to take them. Keep going.
And bring them to their place.
And bring them to their what?
Place.
This is in today's term. In today's term, is put them in a place. Right. You ever heard somebody say, "Man, I put them in a place, man." And I put them in a place. They start tripping, acting crazy. You know, I had to put them in a place. you know how we talk. They're going to be put in their place.
Right.
And what is their place? Under us. Under us. They're going to have to be under us. They're going to have to cleave unto us. They're going to have to do what we say do. Or they will have to face the consequences, because the same way these oppressors was on trial, okay, they're going to get a fair trial with us. You don't even need a lawyer. You don't need no lawyer. All you need to do is be prepared for the day, for your judgment. You're going to get it. You know what I mean? And listen, man, Officer Abad, Officer Yediah, you understand? Officer Yalad, all the generals and captains and officers and troopers, we done all warned everybody. We told them, man, you want a lot of these oppressors, man, they want to say they apologize for what they did to us. We tell them, man, you gonna have to kiss the boots and actually, you gonna have to kiss the boots of the Israelites. Lick up the dust of our feet of the Israelites, and you're gonna have to prove it with your face down to the ground. You understand? And that's how you apologize. That's how you really apologize. And even in that, the Lord is still showing mercy. That's how you know we serve a merciful God. But it's going to be some real justice going on. Their judgment, the white man do not need, listen, our oppressor do not need, okay, a lawyer. He don't got to pay all that money for a lawyer. You all right. You good. we actually got all the receipts.
Right.
Ain't that what you want when you want somebody to come to child support court? Ain't that what you want when somebody got a day on trial? You gotta show all your receipts and show evidence where you was at. Well, we got all of that.
Right.
The Most High keeping tally of all that.
Right.
Even keep a tally on us. Right. Even keep a tally on the Israelites for sure.
Right.
Because we is destroyed. But we rebuilding, man.
Right.
By the mercy of the Lord. Ain't gonna take away what he's doing. But boy, the Lord did a number on us. You dig what I'm saying? The Lord did a number on us. You don't need no lawyer. He's going to be A-OK. All right, he's going to be. There's going to be one day is national disasters, all that bombs going off, and you're going to see a bomb coming out of a spaceship. You gonna see a bomb coming out of a spaceship ready to cut his head off. You're like, what in the world? That's your judgment. You know what I mean? You're going to surely. Ooh, wait, everybody calling me right now. All right, so let's keep going.
Okay. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
Hold on now. I thought that our oppressor wasn't going to slavery. They say that we crazy for saying that, sir. They say, oh, you want to enslave a people? Yes. I want my kids to have little Tommy, clean up their toys. Clean up their toys. And I want little Tommy to get a scrub brush, right? And I want him to get a hot bucket of water and soap in it, and I want him to scrub my kid's floor. And I want him to get fresh hand towels, and I want him to dry that. I want my kids to be able to eat off the floor. You take what I'm saying? I want them to be able to eat off the floor. Like, that's how clean I want my kid. I want that. You want to know why? Because our grandparents, our greats had to do that. Our ancestors had to go through that. They had to get their children fed to alligators. Right. And, they women being raped. Our grandmothers and great aunts, cousins was being raped. You dig what I'm saying? Man, what is going on? Hey.
Slap.
I gotta call you back.
Okay.
All right, we getting close. All right, so we're gonna finish up. We're gonna rush through this real quick. Let's keep going.
Come. And they shall take them captive, whose captives they were.
Read that again.
And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were.
And there you go. In the Bible, it explains that it's going to become a time when Christ is going to come back, right? And justice is going to have to be served, all right? And how justice is going to look, and justice, okay, is going to look, boom, Christ come back, do a lot of killing,
right?
All right? And the remnant, okay, the people that's left over, they'll serve their captivity, and they'll serve their captivity until they're no more.
Right.
But they'll all be done, all cut off. All right, it'll be no more the nation, none of them. You dig what I'm saying? It'll only be the nation of Israel. With that being said, I'm gonna pass the class over to priest and officer Abad Ayah.
The priest and officer of the car, powerful hand over the shop. I.S.U.P.K. security announcements. We are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started on 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander Gen.YAHANNA, rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment found in the book of Numbers, 18 verse 21, and Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Ma'ashara means tenth in Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, gives to the Treasury Department. Priest fund. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Holy Convocation is the feast of the dedication, Hanukkah, 25th day of the 9th month by the space of 8 days. On Sunday, November 28th, 2021, for 8 days. Found in the book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 4, verses 52 to 61. Roman Akim and Akwafian should check the bulletin board in the hallway. If any brother wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, headband, or scarf. With that, Amaja, please to stand. Prayers. Prayers.
Yeah, we can send out the prayer.
Okay.
Send up the Lord. We send up the Lord.
Okay. This is the we start with unlock the door. It means turn and face the east. We're gonna send up the Lord's Prayer. We're gonna send up the Lord's prayers in the Hebrew, and when we pray, we lift up our holy hands. This is the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayah.
Shabbat Shemayah.
Kodash.
Kodash.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Shamka.
Shamka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malakika.
Malakika.
Abaa.
Abaa.
Bazayaka.
Bazayaka.
Ayah.
Ayah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Baratza.
Baratza.
Kawah.
Kawah.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Bashemayah.
Bashemayah.
Nathanalah.
Nathanalah.
Lacham.
Lacham.
Ka.
Ka.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Wasalak Lanau.
Wasalak now.
Ha Wawak now.
Kawalak now.
Kasalak now.
Kasalak now.
Ha Wawak Yanau.
Kawalak now.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Tabayai now.
Tabiya'ai now.
Wanasaya one.
Wanasaya
Abal.
Abal.
Hawashai now.
Hawashai now.
Mayad.
Mayad.
Ra.
Ra.
Kayat.
Kayat.
Laka.
Laka.
Hamalakwa.
Amalakwa.
Waha'alu.
Wala'al.
Wahapapara.
Watapara.
Waha'awalayu.
Wala'alayu.
Aman.
Aman.
All right. This is the Lord's Prayer in English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done
On earth,
as
it is in heaven.
it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread.
our daily bread,
Forgive us our debts,
and forgive us our debts
as we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not
And lead us not
into temptation,
into temptation,
but deliver us
but deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
For thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory,
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it.
Sar, which means to turn. Isupk means be seated for the sisters. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Amaj Shabbat, Amaj, Barak,
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Barakatam.
Hashem Ta, which means hands down. Sar, means turn and face the sisters. Sisters Amaj, which means to stand. Sisters Yamaj Shabbat will be your heels connected at a 45-degree angle. Your right hand collapsed over your left as such. And when we say Barak, you will smite your right hand over your chest when we say Barak. Men of Israel, move with the sisters, one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Amadu Shabbat, Admaju, Barak, Yahweh Shamar Alathon Ba'ashem Yahushua. Yashutah, which means hands down. Class dismissed.